Hello, we are back with Ornamentally Yours. I'm Christy at Ben Franklin and Bonney Lake, and we are at week 10. I can't believe it's close to being over. This box, when you pick it up, you're gonna think nothing's in it. Shake it, there's a bell, but it's a very light one. So inside, as always, you'll have your instructions with the QR code on the back. And you'll have ribbon, a hanger, a piece of prickly pine pick, a red bell. You may get glitter. Excuse me, you may get glitter or you may get matte. It's a surprise. And some wired jute cord. So we will get started. Oh, did I show this already? I don't think so. Look at how adorable that is. And so nice and simple and still very trendy and cute. All right, so as you unwind this, if you remember the last time that we had a wire ornament, I told you to make sure that you get all of those kinks out of it. So this one, it even looks like it's already unraveling. So before you actually work with it, bend it over. You don't want that coming unraveled while you're doing it. It might be smart just to do it on both sides. That way you also won't poke yourself, so that's magical. All right, so while it's still kind of little, attach those ends together and start pulling. Keeping them together. Do it slow enough that when you that you can always stop and make sure those two things stay together and that your kinks are not happening. Before you crease that end, make sure that you didn't make them wonky. See, look, they still match, which is nice because this is pretty rigid wire inside here. All right, so you crease that. All right, and so you want to get it a little bit larger than the end because especially with that fraying, you're going to want to make sure that it gets hidden inside. So now you have those ends together. It's hard to see. Nice and straight. Crease that in. Do it another time, see how they're matching up with this part lower. Should have counted for you so that we knew how many times we folded, but I didn't. All right, so then at the end, and I noticed that this is a little pokey, so I'm actually gonna do it this way. So that pokey part is just right there in the middle. So you know you're done when it's about a hand's width long. All right, and this is kind of fun. You just start to twist. See my mental challenge there on which way I was supposed to twist. That's kind of funny. All right, when it's as tight as you want it to be, make it a little tighter. It's just, you don't want it to be something that unravels when you take it out of your Christmas box next year. All right, and then you just make it into a candy cane shape. Unless you want to make it in a wreath shape, you could always make it in a wreath shape. Then it wouldn't have the right name and that would be confusing. Just kidding. All right, candy cane shape. All right, so then you get that all laid down. You can attach your prickly pine, and because it's just a pick that we pull off, there's going to be a variety of sizes. Some of them will be smaller and some of them will be bigger. Just, there we go. So it's not. So it depends on how much you want it to come out. So I'm going to use the little one because that's the size that I want, because you could always cut it down. clears the end of your candy cane, so definitely want your pick there first. Again, try not to get your fingers in the glue. Alright, next is your ribbon, and I am going to turn it this way so my ribbon isn't, my bow isn't upside down. Excuse me again. So you want to center your bow, and as bow makers know, it's always right over left and under to make your first tie, and it's one-sided ribbon. So try to get that, all the dots on the outside. And you want to cover up that, that glue spot. Nice and snug. And then for the second half of your bow, get those dots there on the right side, facing out, sorry. Oh, look what I did. We'll glue it again at the end. Sorry guys. Maybe it's better that you don't do it that way, huh? On the outside, I do that left over right, and this is the tricky part. You have to twist it as you put it in so that your dots stay on the outside, and before you make it tight, you gotta twist it again. Might take a few practices, but luckily this isn't the kind of ribbon that gets really creased and bad looking if you do it over and over. You can make it smaller or bigger, and then if you mess up your glue like I did, then you just do it again. Ooh, and now I will probably cut that big part off because it'll make it easier to slide it in. Like I've said for years, there's really no wrong way to craft. If it doesn't work out, just change your plan. Goes right in there, hiding your glue. I'm super picky about my bows. I'll stop messing with it. And then another little bit of glue. You're going to want to put it right on where you would string that bell so that that's not showing. And then if you're unhappy because you have glue there, you could have put your bell up there. Whatever you want to do. And the last thing, you have a little bit of embroidery floss. A simple slip knot, or you could, if you don't want to put this on, you could just run a ornament hook in the back, but I like mine to hang lower. And that is it, and your ornament's done. Thanks for joining us, guys.